بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Hey, let's get it. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban bikum. We welcome you back to our lessons in Madinah Book 1. And bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, today we're going to take ad-dars al-tasi' wa ad-dars al-ashir. We will take lessons 9 and 10 bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So come on, let's get ready to start. Hayya, let's get it. طيب, so as you see here, we have الدرس التاسع, lesson 9. And in lesson 9, بإذن الله تعالى, we're going to start with speaking about what is known as النعت والمنعوت. النعت والمنعوت. In this lesson, another important rule is introduced, which will allow you to further understand sentence structure in the Arabic language. And we will learn how the na'at is used in Arabic. And na'at is what we know in English as an adjective. We already know that an adjective describes a noun, right? The red ball, the big house, the short boy, right? So all of those words, red, big, short, all of these are adjectives. All of these are adjectives. So, as we see in English, the adjective, the na'at, in English, it comes before the noun that it's describing. However, in the Arabic language, the na'at, it comes after the noun that it's describing. We call the noun which is being described al-man'ut. All right, so we have an-na'tu wal-man'ut. And some people, they term it sifa wal-mawsuf. All of that is the same thing. Some say this is sifa. Sifa is an adjective, is a na'at as well. Mawsuf is the man'ut. But usually, you'll hear it, na'at wal-man'ut. And that's how we're going to, that's what we will term it here. And the explanation, an-na'at wal-man'ut. Now, let's take, for example, the sentence. هذا الرجل طبيب. This man is a doctor. And we already spoke about in last lesson الإشارة إلى المعرف بألف لام. هذا الرجل, that is going to function as one entity, this man. طبيب is a doctor. That's your khabar. نعم. So this is your مبتدا. One second. This is your مبتدا. This is بدل. And this is your khabar. جيد. نعم. Excuse me. This is your مبتدا. This is your بدل. This is your khabar. Alright. نعم. This man is a doctor. هذا الرجل الكريم طبيب. So look in the red, was highlighted right there in the red. الكريم. هذا الرجل الكريم طبيب. This generous man is a doctor. جيد. تمام. Let's take another sentence. We have عباس تاجر. مبتدا خبر. عباس تاجر. This is your مبتدا and this is your خبر. Alright, both مرفوع. Alright. What if we want to describe Abbas as being a rich merchant? We would say عباس تاجر غني. عباس تاجر غني. So look at your na'at. This is your na'at. This is your man'ut, which is being described. Na'at and man'ut. Abbas is a rich merchant. And as you see, it's not a condition that the na'at describes the mubtada, but it can also describe the khabar, as is in this example above. Because if we have Abbas, this is your mubtada. This is your mubtada. This is your khabar. And ghaniyun is your na'tun. Naam. And taj is likewise your man'ut. It's your khabar and it's your man'ut. Naam. Because it's what is being described. All right. Let's take another example. العربية لغة سهلة. العربية لغة سهلة. Arabic is an easy language. Alright. العربية لغة سهلة. العربية, Arabic, right? لغة سهلة. What type of language is it? They're describing it as being سهلة. سهلة, easy. Alright, جيد. Now, what is our قاعدة as it relates to the نعت and منعوت? النعت يتبع المنعوت في أربع. النعت يتبع المنعوت في أربع. The na'at must agree or follow the man'ut in four things. The na'at must agree with the man'ut and follow the man'ut fi arba'in, in four things. All right, number one. The na'at must follow the man'ut in gender. التذكير والتأنيث. التذكير والتأنيث, meaning what? If the man'ut is mudhakkar, masculine, then na'at following must also be mudhakkar, masculine. If the man'ut is mu'annath, feminine, then the na'at likewise must be mu'annath, feminine. All right, so that's number one. Check it off. All right, number two. The na'at must follow the man'ut in التعريف والتنكير. The na'at must follow the man'ut in التعريف والتنكير, in having or not having the definite article. It must follow it in ta'rif, in tankir, whether it has the definite article or whether it doesn't have the definite article. All right. So if the man'ut is ma'rifah, having the harf ta'rif, alif lam, then the na'at following it likewise must be definite, having the definite article. Likewise, if the man'ut is nakira, if it's indefinite, then the na'at likewise must be indefinite nakira. All right, number three. النعت يتبع المنعوت في الإعراب. The na'at follows the man'ut in i'rab, meaning what? If the man'ut is marfu', the na'at likewise must be marfu'. If the man'ut is majroor, the na'at likewise must be majroor. If the man'ut is mansoob, the na'at also must be mansoob. All right? And we're going to look at some examples here, and likewise when we go inside the book, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Lastly, النعت يتبع المنعوت. The na'at must follow the man'ut in the count, the adad. Meaning what? If the man'ut is singular, mufrad, the na'at likewise must be mufrad, singular. And the same thing is said if the man'ut is muthanna, dual, or if it is jama', if it is plural. All right? Then likewise, the na'at must be muthanna or jama', plural. And you'll study bi'idhnillahi ta'ala dual and plural nouns فيما بعد بإذن الله تعالى in a later lesson if Allah wills. Some more examples of النعت والمنعوت. And I want you to pay attention to these sentences because you'll see, because in teaching, I've seen people try to translate sentences haphazardly, just basing it on the vocabulary and not the understanding of the sentence structure. And that's a khata. That's a khata. هذا خطأ كبير. That you analyze the sentence based upon the sentence structure, which you learned from القواعد النحوية. All right, so let's look at this sentence. المروحة في الغرفة الكبيرة. المروحة في الغرفة الكبيرة. المروحة, this is your مبتدا. All right, this is a جملة اسمية, of course. This is your مبتدا. المروحة في الغرفة الكبيرة. The fan is in the big room. So look, this is your man'ut. This is what's being described. How is it being described? This is your na'at. is being described as big. All right. The mirwaha, the fan, is in the big room. Now, so no one should say the fan in the room is big. That's incorrect. The fan in the room is big. Because some people, they may say that. But look how the not and the man'ut, they follow one another. Look how the not wa man'ut follows one another. So look, al-ghurfa is ism majroor, it takes kasra. Look at the not. Likewise, it takes kasra following the man'ut. All right? So that's one of your adillah. All right? This is ma'rifa. This is ma'rifa. And so on and so forth. All right. Let's switch this sentence around and see how the meaning can change. All right. المروحة الكبيرة في الغرفة. All right. المروحة الكبيرة في الغرفة. Now look. Now you have not man'ut. The big fan. All right. Your not is describing the mirwaha. All right. Look at the case endings here. المروحة كبيرة. Both مرفوع. All right. في الغرفة. And this is your harf jar. This is your ism majroor. The big fan is in the room. Another example. الكوب للمدرس الجديد. The cup belongs to the new teacher. The cup belongs to the new teacher. So al-jadid is describing the teacher. All right. Look at the endings. Look how this is majroor. This is majroor. All right. The not follows the man'ut. I'rab. Let's switch the sentence around, placing the not in a different place. Al-kubul jadidu lil mudarrisi. The new cup. All right. So now look now. The new cup. Al-kubul jadidu lil mudarrisi. The new cup. So this is your not. This is your not, and this is your man'ut. The new cup belongs to the teacher. Now, so look at the rules of agreement as we previously explained. Let's look at some amthila غير صحيحة. Let's look at some incorrect structures of the not wa man'ut and see if you can identify the error and then correct it. All right. هذا الرجل كريم طبيب. هذا الرجل كريم طبيب. What's the error here? The not is missing the harf ta'rif. The not is missing the harf ta'rif. So it should be هذا الرجل. It should be هذا الرجل الكريم. الكريم طبيب. This generous man. All right. عباس تاجر الغني. What's the error there? عباس تاجر الغني. The error there is that tajir is nakira and is not is ma'rifa, and that's incorrect. So since this is nakira, this likewise must be nakira. So we would remove the harf ta'rif and we'll make that dhammatan. Abbasun tajirun ghaniyun. All right. Al-Arabiyyatu lughatun jamilun. What's the error here? Al-Arabiyyatu lughatun jamilun. What's the error? I'll give you a couple seconds to identify it. All right, the error here is that the na'at, which is jamilun, it is mudhakkar when it should be mu'annith, because look, lugha, this is a word which is mu'annith. Look at the ta' marbuta. All right, so it should be jamilatun. Jamilatun. All right, al-arabiyyatu lughatun jamilatun. Arabic is a beautiful language. All right, liman tilka sayyaratul jadidati. All right, likewise, this is incorrect. Liman tilka sayyaratul jadidati. The i'rab is off. All right, why does this have kasra? It should not have kasra. All right, if it's to whom belongs that new car? New car. So this is your man'ut. All right, you see that is marfu'. This must be marfu'. Al-mirwahatu fil ghurfatil kabiri. Naam. Likewise here, في الغرفة الكبيرة. Now this is mu'annith. So this must be mu'annath kabirati. And that goes there. All right, lastly, الكوب للمدرس الجديدة. الكوب للمدرس الجديدة. What's the error there? I want you to identify it. The error there is that المدرس is مذكر. Is مذكر. So this should not be mu'annath. All right. It should just be جديد. Let's cross that out. جديدي الجديدي الكوب للمدرس الجديدي. The cup belongs to the new teacher. Lesson 10. All right. الضمائر. الضمائر. Throughout the next 5 lessons, الضمائر, pronouns will be introduced throughout the next 5 lessons. All right. Pronouns will be introduced. And just like we have pronouns in the English language, the Arabic language also has pronouns. All right. He, she, they, right? Them. Yeah, pronouns in English. Likewise, we have pronouns in Arabic. All right. They are known as al-dama'ir. Al-dama'ir. And the singular form of al-dama'ir is al-damir. So I want you to get used to these terms. All right. Al-dama'ir is the plural. Al-damiru is the singular form. So they're important to remember because you'll always, and Allah knows best, you'll always hear these terms throughout your Arabic studies. Damir, dama'ir. All right. There are 3 types of dama'ir. Al-mutakallimu. Al-mutakallimu. First person, damir. First person pronoun, meaning the one speaking. Al-mutakallimu. Right? The first person point of view. The first person, damir, pronoun. Then we have al-mukhatabu, second person. Second person, damir. Al-mukhatab, meaning the one being spoken to. And then lastly, we have al-ghaibu, third person pronoun, or the one being spoken of or about. Now, the first person, dama'ir, comes in singular and plural. Singular and plural. There's no distinction between mudhakkar and mu'annath for the mutakallim. There's no distinction between the genders mudhakkar and mu'annath for the one who is speaking, for the mutakallim. All right, so the same are used for mudhakkar and mu'annath. Now, and we'll give some examples of that in a bit, inshallah ta'ala. The second person dama'ir, all right, they're a little bit different. They come in one, mufrad mudhakkar, singular masculine, mufrad mu'annath, singular feminine, muthanna, mudhakkar and mu'annath, dual, for both masculine and feminine. Then we have jama' mudhakkar, plural masculine, and jama' mu'annath, plural feminine. All right, these are the mukhatab, second person dama'ir. And likewise, the third person dama'ir comes in mufrad mudhakkar, singular masculine, mufrad mu'annath, singular feminine, muthanna, mudhakkar mu'annath, dual, masculine and feminine. All right, and jama' mudhakkar, plural masculine, and jama' mu'annath, plural feminine. All right, so this makes the dama'ir 12 dama'ir in total. 12 dama'ir in total. And likewise, as it relates to the dama'ir, they break down into 2 types. Al-dama'ir al-muttasila. Al-dama'ir al-muttasila, suffixed pronouns. Suffixed dama'ir, meaning they are attached to the end of a noun. So you have a noun, and we're going to give examples, and then the damir, the pronoun, is attached to the end of the noun. This is called al-damir muttasil. All right, suffix pronoun. They cannot come in the beginning of a conversation, nor can they come in the beginning of a sentence. The attached suffix pronouns, right? And you'll see the chart in a bit. Bi-idhnillah. And then we have al-dama'ir al-munfasila, independent pronouns. Al-dama'ir al-munfasila. All right, meaning they do not connect to a noun. They stand alone by themselves. And they're able to come in the beginning of a conversation or a sentence. These are dama'ir munfasila, al-dama'ir munfasila. And each independent pronoun has an equivalent to the suffix pronoun as bi'idhnillah you'll see in the jadwal, the coming chart. All right. Now, let's look at al-mutakallimu, the first person independent pronouns. So when we're talking about mufrad singular, we say ana, I. Ana. For example, you say ana muslimun, I am a Muslim. Ana talibun, I am a student. Ana muhandisun, I am an engineer. Ana tabibun, I am a doctor, and so on and so forth. So ana. Likewise, a woman can say ana muslimatun, using the same dhamir. All right, so this is dhamir munfasil. This is the independent pronoun. It can stand alone, as you see. It's not connected to an ism. All right. So a woman can say ana muslimatun, for example, or ana talibatun, or ana tabibatun, or ana muhandisatun. All right, so it's the same dhamir, mutakallim. All right, nahnu. This is likewise mutakallim, but plural. Mutakallim, first person, but plural. And we translate nahnu as we. Nahnu muslimuna. Or a group of women may say, nahnu muslimatun. All right, we are Muslimas. Just a quick note for nahnu, right? Because this is a question that always comes up. And this is a footnote I placed in the sharh of the Medina Book 1. So from the eloquence of the Arabic language is that the dhamir nahnu, it can be used for the plural first person point of view, meaning we're speaking on behalf of two or more people, just as it can be used by one person speaking on behalf of himself, especially when showing eminence, greatness, or authority. And this is found in the Quran as well as in the language of the Arabs up until this very day. Therefore, it should be known that when Allah uses nahnu in the Quran, this is from the aspect of ta'zeem, glorifying himself subhanahu wa ta'ala, such as in his statement, Inna nahnu nazzalna dhikr wa inna lahu lahafidhun. Verily it is we who sent down the dhikr, the Quran, and surely we will guard it from corruption. Surah Al-Hijr, ayat 9. So keep that in mind, because many people, they ask about this. Why does Allah mention nahnu in the Quran? Why does Allah mention nahnu, we? And this is a well-known usloob of the Arabs up until this very day, that one person can speak about themselves and they can say nahnu. They can say nahnu. Naam. This is something very clear, right? This is something very, very clear, widely used, widespread amongst the Arabs. La ghubar alayh. There's no way to raise any type of opposition. There's no opposition that can be raised as it relates to using nahnu, speaking for one person. It's something very, very clear in the language of the Arabs. Now, with that, let's open up Medina Book 1, inshallah ta'ala, to these two lessons, 9 and 10. All right, so we'll start off at Dars al-Tasi. Now we're in the Medina Book. So make sure you grab your book, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, and we're going to do this lesson, bi'idhnillah. So, the hiwar, the conversation, it says, Man hadha ar-rajulu? Man hadha ar-rajulu? Who is this man? Man hadha ar-rajulu? Huwa Abbasun. He is Abbas. Huwa Abbasun. And when you read, I want you to make sure you put all the harakat. All right, put all the harakat. Abbasun tajirun. Abbasun tajirun ghaniyun. All right, look what we learned of na'at man'ut. Na'at man'ut. Hamidun mudarrisun. Hamidun mudarrisun jadidun. Na'at man'ut. Hamid is a new teacher. Ma hadha. What is this? Hadha tuffahun. All right, write your endings in. At-tuffahu fakihatun ladhidatun. Look, na'at man'ut. The apple is a delicious fruit. Na'at man'ut. What type of fruit is it? It's delicious. You're describing it with an adjective. Ma dhalika ism ishar al-ba'id, mudhakkar. ذلك عصفور. That is a sparrow. ذلك عصفور. العصفور طائر صغير. The sparrow is a small bird, not منعوت. العربية لغة سهلة. Arabic is an easy language, not منعوت. Alright, so that's the العربية لغة جميلة. Arabic is a beautiful language, not منعوت. Alright, so the not comes last. Alright, then the منعوت precedes it. عمار طالب مجتهد. Ammar is a diligent or hardworking student, not منعوت. ومحمود طالب كسلان. And Mahmoud is a lazy student, not ومنعوت. Quickly, what we're going to learn is the adjective, the not, which is on the pattern of fa'lan, does not take tanween. The adjective which is on the pattern of fa'lan, such as kaslan or ghadban, all right, kaslanu, ghadbanu, atshanu, all right, these adjectives la yunawwin, they do not take tanween. So now you learn 3 types of nouns that do not take tanween. It's all gonna come together in the very last lesson, which is known as mamnu' min as-sarf. So we have the alam al-mu'annith, right? We have the feminine proper name. We have the alam al-dhakkar al-makhtum bi ta'nith. We have the male proper name that ends with the ta' marbut that doesn't take tanween. This is a third one. So the adjective, the na'at, which is on the pattern of fa'lan, the adjective on the pattern of fa'lan, la when it does not take tanween. So although this is na'at and man'ut, all right, this is dhammatan, this cannot take tanween, so it cannot be dhammatan, but it's still the na'at. All right, so the na'at, which is on the pattern of fa'lan, such as kaslan, so on the same pattern. All right, it does not take tanween. Man anta. Ana talibun. Ana talibun. I am a student. All right, we learned about our dhamir. This is our dhamir mutakallim, mufrad, munfasil. All right, it's independent. A anta, hamza al-istifham at the beginning. A anta talibun jadidun. Na'at man'ut. Na'am. Ana talibun jadidun. Na'at man'ut. All right. So now, look how now you're going to start seeing more and more sentences without the tashkil, without the harakat. Now you should be able to read, placing all tashkil in their proper places. This is what I want from you. All right, so we just do a few. We're not going to do all. Muhammadun talibun qadimun. Not man'ut. All right. أذلك حمزة الاستفهام أذلك الرجل مدرس جديد. Is that man a new teacher? Not منعوت. لا هو طبيب جديد. No, he is a new doctor. Not منعوت. We'll do one more. هذا درس سهل. هذا درس سهل. This is an easy lesson. It's describing the lesson as being easy. Not منعوت. I want you to read the rest قراءة صحيحة correctly, putting the correct tashkil on the endings.